Now we can go. Hey guys, welcome back. It's episode 56 of Krasden. We're calling this Azeal Dumahs. I'm getting whiplash from my belches. Real quick, Crucible. Hey, what happened last week?
Oh, can I go now?
I'm gonna call your wife and tell her to execute Plan 46, and she's gonna just come down there with a knife. That's where I pay her $46 and she kills you, because that's all your life is worth.
Obviously, people are going to have to fill in some details, but here's kind of a general thing here.
Yes.
We were heading with the caravan to, Oppendaleg.
Yes, thank you.
And, I don't know, along the way, Joe decided to spar Bo just to check out his skills.
Mm-hmm.
Bo seemed to do all right. Joe was quicker, but Bo was stronger, or something like that. Joe and Duncan decided to have a snowball fight along the way because Duncan's testing out, how far is his water control when it comes to ice, etc. And before the day's over, we finally reach Oppendaleg, and we head over to a lodge to get some rooms. We get situated there. We decide to go out and ask around for Dumahs, but then Ori says, "Oh, we shouldn't be asking things because people don't want you to ask things. Probably pretty good if you don't ask things." So
perfect,
we tried
Ori.
to find a guy without asking questions. So the group split up a bit. Joe, for some reason, decided with his ability to speak with animals, talk to some feral cats in the area. They had some attitude. But they were able to come up with some information about Dumahs, thinking that he was holding up in a potion store in town. So we head on over to that store to check it out. Again, we split up the group.
You're good at
Bagby,
it.
Bo, and Duncan check out the back of the store while Joe and Crucible stand guard. Ori turns into a giant spider. Why the hell not a small one? We can't figure out. This was like dog-sized. Pretty obvious. And upon entering the building, Ori discovers invisible boards leading from an open window into another building. Using those, this is where things got a little confusing for Crucible because he was standing guard, not watching what was going on. But they went in the building. Some people crossed the board. Some people didn't. Since we were broken up into different groups, Crucible and Duncan actually went a different way, and we ended up on the roof while the rest of the group was in like a lot, or I want to say, for lack of better terms, an apartment building. They walked in on somebody's abode, asked for access to the roof or to the attic above them. They figured it was probably trapped, and then with Ori's help, the room blows up.
Yeah.
That was very succinct. Thank you, Crucible. That was very succinct.
Yeah, you're welcome. I thought I'd take it easy on you this week.
Towards the end, it should be noted, Bo also disappeared on you.
That's right. Yep.
You're not sure where he went or what happened with that.
Because of his disappearance, that is why the group split up, because Ori started tracking Bo in a wolf form, and they tracked his scent back to the apartment complex, what have you, that way, but lost his scent once we got there. So we started searching up towards the top because there was a magical signature.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right.
All right. So we pick up right where we left off. Ori, Sunshine, and some random unnamed NPC just got fireballed while Bagby did a backflip out of the room. Crucible and Duncan being on the roof.
You should change your name, your Sunshine.
Oh, thank you.
Crucible and Duncan being on the roof, you felt the explosion for sure, and probably heard it. It was quite loud. But you were not exposed to any sort of fire or flames or anything like that. Joe,
Caps lock was on.
Yeah,
so I
you have
decided
caps
to
lock
run
on,
with
don't you? So, on the roof, feeling and hearing an explosion underneath you.
Crucible, what was that?
I think something blew up. I mean, could you feel the heat from that as well?
Maybe I did. I don't know for sure.
You probably saw a flame shoot out a window on the side. And maybe felt a little heat from that. But it was significantly below you.
Should we throw this thing open then, Crucible?
Now, it was latched, if you remember.
I took my dagger and unlatched it, if you remember.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I throw it open then.
Okay. You throw it open. People in the room. That just got blown up. What happened?
We all took 14 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. No, not Bagby.
Not Bagby, yes.
Random NPC is dead skis, by the way.
No!
So you killed the guy who's up in. Nice.
God damn it.
We're
14,
going to feel good about that.
14 HP for level 1. That's like all of it.
I know, but I said I would try to shield him.
It's like all of it.
Like, is he past death saves?
Well, they don't get death saves if they're NPCs.
Nah, that's true.
All right.
You think he's got main character energy? What are you talking about?
I would
This guy's name is Keith.
I would cough out a little bit of smoke and go check on Keith.
Holy crap, baskets! I can't believe that just fucking happened. Is he dead?
Yeah. Well, his top part's pretty dead. I don't know. Can you find his bottom part?
Fuck. I always do this. I always screw up.
Fuck. All right. Fuck it. I go up the ladder.
Okay. Crucible and Duncan, you would enter before Joe would enter the room. So, hey, thanks for paying to be here there, Chad. Duncan, you go ahead and roll acrobatics as you hop down. I want it. Okay, you're muted. Let's start with
We'll
there.
use a bit of luck there. Better. I'll take that one for sure.
Bars wants you to use the 300 gold pieces for the NPC.
Yeah.
It might be useful to
That's why I yelled Crucible.
charges.
Okay, Duncan, what'd you get? 19?
19?
Okay, yes, you land. You safely land in the room. You actually land very. You're in sort of the attic. There's smoke around you, and you are pretty close to the entry that they just opened and exploded. There's no scorch marks within this room, however. It was all directional out.
Right. Crucible! It's all right, come down.
All right, I lower myself down into the room.
Okay. Either athletics or acrobatics, whichever you prefer.
$16.
16, fantastic. You blow yourself in just fine. Back below, Joe, as you're climbing the ladder, you would hear a thunk above you. Bagby, what are you doing?
That is a very good question. I've 100% forgotten where I am.
You're in the hallway outside of that room on the second floor because you basically flipped out of the room to avoid the flames. Remember, you took
Right,
no
the broom
damage.
closet.
Yeah. Not a broom closet, person's room. Person lived there, died there.
Was I by myself? I'm sorry.
You were with us, but you flipped out of the room to avoid the explosion. So you are right behind us, just not in the room.
I'm gonna follow them.
Okay.
That is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I apologize.
Joe, go ahead and roll athletics. Fuck it, it's a ladder. You guys can figure it out. Yeah.
As you say, he's not like doing it with a spear in his hand or anything. He's
Okay. It's a ladder. You guys can figure it out. Go ahead.
Is the door locked though?
Well, he pushed it open is what caused the explosion.
No, it exploded because he rolled a 1 on spell magic.
It is locked. That would be correct.
I will, if you want, I will roll athletics to just rip it off the fucking hinges.
Yep, it'd be a push.
Oh, push 1. Okay. 21.
That's pinkies and bars. 21. 21. Yeah, because you're not trying to break the thing. You're trying to pull the latch out, and it is just latched. So yes. Yes, I will give that to you.
Okay.
Crucible, Joe, and Duncan. Go ahead and roll perception, since this is basically all happening at the same time. And you would be the people that would have perception on the room.
14.
14 as well.
16.
14, 16. The obvious is obvious. It would be the north side of the building. This is a long room that basically runs the length of the attic. And the north side is now unseeable. There is a black shadow that is taking up the length of the width of the room in sort of a circular shape that you cannot see through. However, the 16s on the other side, Crucible, maybe your ears are still ringing from the explosion or something like that, but you would hear glass shatter somewhere beyond that blackness.
I bolt towards the sound.
Okay, you're running into the darkness. Okay.
Right.
Quick question, Mike. Are those two and myself on opposite sides of the darkness? Can we see each
No,
other?
you're on the same side. Actually, their entrance and your entrance are very close to each other.
Okay, so I see Duncan run into it then.
Yes.
Okay. I would haul myself up into the room and follow Duncan, but probably I'd be a fair bit behind him.
Duncan, I would like you to roll survival, but at disadvantage here.
Is that a
Survival?
darkness, like it's like a dark part of the room, or like a darkness that is there, like a shadow? Like
Impenetrable magical darkness. It does
Okay.
not matter what you're seeing is.
At disadvantage of 14.
14. You stop just short, but you kind of run into the wall. You don't hurt yourself, but you kind of run into the wall because you can't see anything. So, still within that darkness, you run into the exterior wall of the building.
So I've run into the darkness and it stays dark in there. So it's not like there's like, oh, right.
Yeah.
So can I see back out of the darkness or is everything just dark now?
No, you cannot see.
So, all right. Right.
I'd like roll Arcana real quick, and then I'll just let Bagby tell you what is going on. Yeah, natural 20.
I cornered the crap out of that one.
Laura, can you tell? Impenetrable darkness in a 15-foot circle. What does that mean?
It means that nobody can see in it or out of it. Very similar to the silence spell, but with darkness.
once
Right.
once you're in it, can you see? Or...
Nope. You can't see anything with inside of it. It is pure darkness.
Unless you're a warlock.
Yeah, there are some warlock feats that let you see in magical darkness.
It's dark
Or
in
a
there.
demon. Or a demon.
Can't see anything. I can't see you. I can't see my hand in front of my face. Do you hear anything other than me?
Real quick, seeing Joe like pull himself up in there, I would. Is it just like a pretty standard ladder?
Yeah, it's just a ladder. Attached to the wall, but yeah, just a ladder.
Bagby's faster than me, so I would let her through. Maybe do a boost up thing.
I'm not sure it would matter if you let her through or not.
Right.
It's
You're
Bagby.
just part of the ladder to her.
She would just spider monkey on past you.
Duncan, I can hear you, but I can't see you, friend. You vanished right when you went in there.
Start to feel along the wall then.
Okay. Go ahead and roll sleight of hand. So Bagby and Ori, you could enter the attic at this point as well.
13. Not great.
You actually accidentally grab part of the window pane. You take 3 damage as you slightly cut your hand.
Shit!
What is it, Duncan?
It's the glass. You broke the window. Something broke the window up here. Might want to go down.
Keep talking. I'm coming to where you are.
Fine, I'll continue to speak then. I don't know what to talk. You want me to talk about things that I'm just...
Talk about your destiny.
Holy shit, Snacks! Hopefully this doesn't fuck up a second time. And
How
I
high
cast
up is that
spell
open
magic on the sphere of darkness.
Okay. Go ahead and.
Is it higher than 3rd level?
Yes, it is. Crucible. What was it that you're saying?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Ori, how high up is that hatch that we came in through?
That was on the roof, and it's probably, these are slightly taller stories. I would say you're probably 25-ish feet in the air.
Okay, then I was thinking of jumping back up onto the roof, but that's not
I mean, the roof you can jump up. Absolutely, that hatch. No, from where you're at in the hatch, you would just be able to reach up and climb up.
Okay,
I thought you were
that's
talking
what I
about the
wanna do.
roof
I
to
wanna
the
get
ground.
back up on the roof so I can go over and check out the window that was broken out.
Absolutely.
From
Go
the
ahead and
roof.
roll athletics for me. Bagby, what are you doing?
I'm going to.
You're having a hell of a time getting yourself back up through that hatch there, Crucible.
I'm 350 pounds and it's don't get much of a grip with metal hands.
350 pounds of raw awkward.
Actually pulls down part of the roof. Just pulls it right down.
Hey, that might help with some of the darkness problems. Getting some light in there.
Which I think Phil took care of, actually.
Bagby?
It depends on the level of the spell. If it's high, I didn't
Yes,
get it.
you actually did dispel that.
Okay.
Bagby.
I would like to try and get out, if I can.
Out of what?
The roof, am I there yet?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, acrobatics or athletics, whatever you would prefer. Especially since the part of the entryway is now broken. Because Crucible decided he was going to pull it down upon himself.
She just uses me as a ladder.
I was going to say, yeah.
Natural 20 for a 28.
Yeah, you basically, Crucible is a ladder or scaffolding to you, and you are now on the roof.
Awesome. I'm going to kind of back up to make room just in case Crucible pulls any more of the roof down. I don't want to get pulled back in.
Okay.
And take a look around.
Perception. Now that the darkness has been dispelled, you can all see each other. That end of the room contained a small bed, a chest of drawers, and a side window right in the middle of it that, in fact, is now busted out. Go figure.
Well, so I rolled a natural 20, and then I rolled a 2. So that's a 6. And
You have
balance is
disadvantage?
towards
You have disadvantage
the
on
universe.
perception?
No, I just rolled a 2, and
Okay.
I have a +4. So
6.
no, I meant I rolled a natural 20 for my acrobatics to get out, and then my next roll that I roll on the evening is 2. So balance is restored.
You jumped. Yeah, you climbed up Crucible just fine. Got up there and then looked down accidentally.
I would run to the window and see if I could see anything out the window.
The broken one.
Yeah.
Okay, perception. Bagby, you can't really see anything. What would you like to do?
Wait for my friends.
Okay.
I will try to look out the window.
Do I have a negative on this somehow?
Since Ori's having a rough go of it. Oh, I'm sorry. I rolled on Sunshine's sheet. That's way more perception than I actually have. Well, on Joe's sheet, I got a dirty 20.
Okay. You both Three Stooges your way out that window, and Joe, your head is in front. Ori, his hair smells like pomegranates.
Well, that's quite nice. Okay, I'm just gonna get out of the way and heal Duncan's wound.
Oh, yeah. Heal the 3 cut, not the 14 fireball.
He's got a boo-boo, okay?
It stings a bit.
He needs some Neosporin. Instantly.
Paper cut hurts quite a lot. It gets.
Speaking of which, could I touch myself a little bit here real quick and heal myself?
After we do this perception thing.
Okay.
You see, you actually see, you're looking down the alleyway at the end of this. There's a little alley between the 3 rows of buildings there, right? Mm-hmm. You can see on the background, if you don't remember, that's like middle-ish horizontal building that's running the opposite direction of the rest of them, or is the building you're in. You're on the north side of that. Looking down, you see the alleyway, and you see some people looking around, kind of startled. If you remember, this is like 9:30. There's still people roaming around.
Right.
And Bo actually sort of hobbles into sight. What are you doing? Get down here! And he takes off running north somewhere.
Okay. I touch myself real quick. And then I cast Misty Step to teleport to the ground as close as I can get to where Bo was.
Okay. Everybody else roll perception to see if you would have heard Bo yelling that. Not Ori. You've already rolled your perception on this.
Yeah, and I probably should have told people before I teleported.
22.
27.
17.
Yes. 22 and 27. You definitely know it's Bo. Duncan, you hear somebody yell something. But you do see Crucible and Duncan. You would also see Joe instinctively react and do his Misty Step thing that you've seen him do before out of the window. Crucible, you would know Bo yelled probably even the direction from where he yelled from with that roll.
Also, if you look down the alleyway, you'll probably see Joe now.
I poke my head out the window. And look to see where Joe's at?
Yeah, you see him on the it would be Jesus Christ. It'd be on the eastern side of that alleyway, and his standing there.
Right. I do the same then. I also missed. First I got to roll my wild magic.
Good.
Oh.
My wild magic.
One's bad, isn't it?
One's bad, 20. I don't know what that means. If with wild magic, I think it's quite good. That means I get to decide whatever I want. Or not. But right, I
What'd you
also
roll?
cast Misty Step.
A natural 20 on wild magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I cast Misty Step at that point as well, and I'd go right where I saw Joe materialize then.
And just so you know, Mike, I don't know how far we actually got with that, because it's only 30 feet, and you said we're 25 feet up.
Yeah.
So we're basically just right down a bit.
Right.
Yeah, you'd be down there
We made it to the ground.
towards
made it
the
to ground
direction, towards the direction, but not all the way down there.
Yep.
Okay, Crucible and Ori, Crucible seeing them do that, Bagby hearing that yell, Ori seeing them disappear. What do you do? Need answers out of the three of you.
I will poof into a shadow, down, closer to where I heard it coming from.
I like how everybody's got small teleports.
Yeah, almost everybody.
And Crucible's like,
Yeah, my small teleport will be falling out the window.
it's quick, okay?
He's just gonna face plant.
And worst case scenario, it's only 2d6 damage.
And I guess seeing everybody just poof. What story is this window on?
The third, technically. This is the attic.
Is there anything to climb down on the exterior of the window?
If you're real talented at climbing, maybe. One of them, like, no harness cliff climbers that Tom Cruise believed he was in, what, Mission Impossible 2? Or 1? Can't remember. Which is the one where he's, like, hanging
I think it was 2.
Well, I guess acrobatics to parkour out the window or down the side of the building.
I would pay money to see Ori parkour.
Acrobatics, this will be a difficult check. Go ahead. Does Ori yell parkour on the way down?
Oh
My
shit!
god! Yes!
Well, now you have to yell parkour.
Hardcore parkour!
He actually ends up in front of me and Duncan.
Ori jumps across to the building that's directly across the way because there's a storm pipe, and he just sort of rides the storm pipe all the way down.
And superhero lands.
Yes.
Well,
Crucible's just...
I guess I'll take the stairs.
All right. We'll consider you dashing, or are you just walking?
Yeah, I'm pretty good looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you are. By the way, Crucible, as soon as you went down that ladder, you would see the charred remains of a person. In a room that's probably still lightly on fire. Let's be honest.
Well, I don't want the whole building to burn down. I'm going to assume my friends are doing a very good job at chasing down whoever they need to chase down. I'm going to take the moment to put out any fires and give some sort of last right to this man.
Okay. That would be a... Jeez, what is that? Let's call it...
Out of fire survival?
Yeah, survival. That makes sense to me. Survival. You're trying to survive when you're putting out a fire. Yes, you're able to put the fire out. There's a blanket in the corner you use to smother the fire. Are you going to do the full thing and like cast ceremony and stuff like that?
No, I'm just going to do a brief chant of comfort, calling on Kellamvor to be alert for the coming essence of a person, a new wanderer in the realm.
Can no longer tell if male or female, but a person is coming.
Crucible would never assume gender. I think you know that about him by now.
I don't think Crucible understands gender.
What, you mean you guys aren't all the same?
No, I think this is established early in the campaign, like a year ago or something like that, where Crucible doesn't entirely understand like genitals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's heard of it, but he doesn't get it.
Right.
If you didn't have them, you probably wouldn't understand them very well.
Yeah.
It's
he he understands relationships, but not the sexual aspect of it.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, what the fuck? You put stuff in other... Ugh, God.
Oh, Crucible, is that your metallic extension, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh.
Hey-oh, it vibrates.
So back to the group in the alley. I would...
Yes,
try...
all of the Avengers that have appeared and they're starting to run.
Yes, I would take off running towards where I heard Bo.
Okay. Well, you
Or
actually
saw
saw Bo. Yes, you find yourself in that one courtyard that all of you were at some point, but Crucible and Duncan spent some time when the rest of you left. No, Joe and Crucible spent some time when you were just hanging out. And let me pull up the picture again so that we're not confused upon anything that's happening here. Because the background is the map.
The map. It's the map. It's the map.
No, you son of a bitch.
Thank you, Dora. Swiper, no swiping.
Sniper, no sniping.
Can you see the evil mage? There he is.
Did it work? It worked. All right, there we go. Okay, so it's this area right here, this elevated, so you can see down here, and then there's a ramp. This elevated sort of courtyard over here is actually where you are. And getting there, roll perception.
$15.
14.
15 and 14. Okay, Ori?
11, because that's my default perception check now.
Okay, you would see Bo up
23.
by the 23. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry, my dice roll are slow.
Ori wouldn't see anything. 14, Duncan.
Aye.
Yeah, you'd see you'd see a crowd formed up by the lodge, and you wouldn't be sure what's going on there. Joe, what was yours again?
15.
15. You would see that Bo is the cause of whatever this disturbance is, because he's kind of in the middle of it. Bagby, you would understand that he's basically squared up against some city guard, trying to get past them and threatening them if they don't move.
Bo. She's gonna run up with her hood still over her head. I'm so sorry for my grandpa. He isn't from here. Not used to the customs and ways. Come, Grandpa. Come this way.
Roll persuasion, I would suppose.
Deception.
Deception. That's a lie. Yeah, you're lying.
Either one. It's not great. I'm gonna get arrested. Here it comes. An 8.
They have to trust a child.
They're basically not listening to you because Bo is yelling so loud.
What is Bo
You
yelling?
all need to move! Bagby, he's run past us into the lodge. These morons won't get out of our way.
I would walk up to the guards. Guards, please. He's correct. That man that just ran past you, he just used magic and blew up half of your lodgings back there. He's a wanted criminal. We're trying to arrest him.
While Joe's
man.
doing that, can I just go around him?
Roll stealth. And
Gentlemen, gather around. Pay attention to me.
Joe, go ahead and roll. That's like half a lie. We'll go deception or persuasion, whichever you would prefer.
I would prefer persuasion because none of that was really a lie.
He's
It
not
was his
wanted.
trap that blew up the building.
His fireball.
He's not wanted. He's not
He's
wanted.
wanted by us.
And we are the highest authority there is.
And in my
We're the
head,
right of protection.
And in my head, I'm wanted by Rosario Dawson. Doesn't make it true.
I rolled a 16, so that's a 22 on perception.
I stealth the shite out of that moment.
The shite out of it. Oh, good. Yes, you sneak right on by. In fact, I don't think anybody else, except for Bagby. Bagby, with your previous nice perception roll, would go ahead and see Duncan sneaking his way on by fairly quickly, actually, and is traveling. Where are you going?
Going into the...
They're standing They're standing right in front of the lower. They're basically large garage doors. Would be the best way to start, or like barn doors of the lodge. And one is cracked open. You can see somebody being tended to on the ground that's dealing with a wound.
Right, that's where I'm going because I was told that he went into the lodge, and that's where I'm going after him.
And this is the same lodge that we were literally just in.
Yeah, there's only one. Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna kind of tug on Bo's jacket.
What?
That's what his name is.
Let's go, Grandpa.
Roll persuasion against Bo, who's feeling motivated.
14.
Do I have Bo's character sheet up? I do not.
Come on, old man. Old man. You
Old
know you
man.
want to go with the child-sized goblin.
Old man!
You're not wrong. Now that I said it out loud.
Did I... Where did I save Bo to?
I don't know.
His charisma's garbage, so I'm going to assume that he doesn't... it didn't get saved to Krasden. I know that. What'd you roll?
14.
Fine. Swings his spear thing, Eucla, around and puts it on his back. You're all fucking lucky, and he starts to walk away.
Did my persuasion do anything?
Yes. Well, they're looking at him as he's still threatening them and starting to walk away. Who are you? Who is your authority to be chasing a wanted criminal? What proof do you have?
I am a deputy, a temporary deputy of Krasden down south. I think I was a temporary deputy for a time.
You're a long way from home. But
We are. But this man is very dangerous. You can see the smoke rising from.
Aye, we're aware. But fine. But you'll have things to answer for when we find him.
Fine. And then I assume they let me pass?
Yes.
Okay. I would go in.
I would follow along with Joe if there's no stopping me going with him.
We need to help him.
Joe
Bagby.
probably thought... Sorry, go ahead.
Why do they get to go help Bagby?
Because I have another way in.
I'm listening.
Follow me.
He's hobbling along behind you. You
And
can
I
see
will take him.
you can tell him running has flared up his leg or whatever because he's limping pretty heavy now.
I will take him to the invisible bridge.
The invisible bridge does not get into the lodge. So the lodge is like an inn. This is a different thing.
Oh, I thought the house had the invisible bridge over to the lodge.
No, let me go ahead and.
I'm thinking of the wrong building.
The house
You
has
are.
a-
So the lodge is this back building here that you guys.
It's the room. It's where we got rooms at.
Yes.
Oh,
Right when we first got
This building down here is where you had the whole explosion and invisible bridge situation.
For some reason in my mind, I thought that was a lodge of some sort.
It was like a dormitory, I think.
Like a dorm.
Yeah, it was like a
okay.
locals only, military only dormitory where you got a room.
Okay.
You paid
So he
for a
ran
room.
there to the lodge.
Yes.
Inn
Yes.
Where we, okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna just walk him around the block and come back and produce my room key. Don't let us.
This is your other way in. This is your other way in.
I told you to trust me.
I'm so sorry. Sometimes I have to walk him around the block to clear his head. Dementia. But here's our room key. We're staying here.
I'll put my foot up your ass. You call me. Give me dementia again.
Get up.
All right, Duncan.
Right. You said there was a man and he was wounded. Right?
Yes. Yes.
As I come in, I stop. Are you all right?
So
Show me where he went. Which way did he go?
he just sort of weakly points off in a direction. You can see he's got a bad burn mark on his side.
You'll be all right. And I start the direction he is pointing.
You find yourself in sort of. This has got to be like a what can only be described as like a medieval loading dock of sorts, right? They keep carts in here. There's a small stable, but in the back is a large storeroom, and you can see from the front, like this is just it angles down the entire way, and it's all cobbled, and there's huge shelving units on the back where they just keep all manner of whatever odds and ends. There's no people in here anymore. You can tell they've vacated anybody who has been here.
Does it look like they left rather recently?
Yes. One stall, one horse stall is even open with the horse tied up inside, bucking around.
Right. I try to be quite quiet as I move into the room.
Okay. I'll let you use your previous stealth stat since it was a natural.
Lovely. Would you like me to roll investigation or perception?
Investigation. You're gonna need to take it slow here. You're aware of the person you're looking. Well, it's up to you. While you are stealthing, are you quickly trying to scan the place, or are you
I'm being cautious.
Okay, that's investigation.
I'm trying to get a sense of where he is at.
That's investigation then.
All right, investigation is, here we go.
Jesus.
I investigate the shit out of that.
You're getting so many 20s
Much
tonight.
natural 20s tonight.
He turned on Batman's detective mode, and he can see footsteps.
It's eagle vision.
No, what you can see is that there's a bunch of, while this is cobbled, there's horse shit and mud everywhere. There's one set of slip marks. Footprints. Well, this is because this is angled again. Footprints leading to slide marks that looks relatively new, with all other footprints heading in the opposite direction. It heads to behind a chain link fence. The storeroom. The fence is open.
Right, I head that direction then.
Okay. Crucible, you would be done giving rights, and you've probably made it outside at this point. There are guards that are responding to the explosion.
So I go ahead and just kind of follow in their direction.
The other players, or the
You were
guards,
saying the guards were responding to what?
and the explosion that just happened upstairs.
Oh, the explosion. I thought
Yeah.
I thought you said the commotion.
No, the explosion that just happened upstairs.
Yeah, I really don't have a sense of where they went.
You don't.
So I'm just going to, at this point, kind
Well,
of
that's
head
not
back
true.
to the
Your
lodge.
previous perception, you heard the direction that Bo yelled from. You knew it was Bo, and you heard the direction he yelled from.
Well, I could head in that direction. I just don't know that I'd be able to catch up with them at this point.
Okay. You walk in that direction. Okay. Roll perception for me. $14. Yes? Well, you see a large commotion up by the lodge. You would definitely be aware of that. You wouldn't see of any of your compatriots or Bo. You wouldn't see anything else. You would see a large commotion up by the lodge. That's what you would be able to tell. Okay. What do you do with that information, Crucible?
I can just go ahead and head to the lodge then.
Okay. All right. Joe and Ori, you're heading in. You would...
Will we see Duncan or not?
Or the injured dude?
You probably wouldn't... You would see the injured dude for sure, because he's like right at the barn doors. On your
probably... Way. He was pretty quick. He probably got through there before we got in.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
I would go up to the injured dude then.
Uh-huh.
It's obvious he's been burned. Like, I can see that, or do I need to roll?
No, it's like fucked up his shirt, and he's holding both his hands over it. Somebody else has a cloth over the top of it. Okay. It's like pretty nasty scar tissue.
I would use 5 points of my lay on hands to heal that. I want to see if it actually heals.
It does.
Okay. Hopefully he's feeling a little better. I would say you'll be all right, son. Can you tell me which way he went?
Bless you. That one way. The blue man chased him.
Okay, thank you. And I would follow.
Yeah,
go that direction.
The guard you were previously talking to and 2 others are behind you.
Okay.
And Bagby and Grandpa.
No, Bagby and Grandpa went in through the front door, didn't they? Because they were handed in their key to show that they were going to the lodge.
Oh, yeah.
So you would have gone in through the front door, knowing that they went in. You would know that they went in through that barn door.
Yeah.
So you're in the front room. What do you navigate from that?
We want to head towards where they would be coming in, potentially, like towards the barn.
You need to go down. You need to find a way downstairs.
If I know anything about taverns, and I know quite a few things about taverns, there's usually a larder entrance in the kitchen. To the bar.
Aye. I'll threaten them. You sneak down.
How about you don't threaten, but you distract? That bartender lady is pretty cute. And I hear
I'm in my
single.
mid-60s.
Girls like silver foxes, I think. It's a human thing, right? You like women like older men with a little gray and stubble?
Fine, I'll distract. He walks up to a big guy at the bar. Oi!
That's probably not even a crime in this town.
And then I will attempt to sneak into the larder to get to where I figure a basement entrance is.
You find a set of stairs. Joe and Ori, upon entering, please roll perception. Ori, you have something.
Yes, I will definitely do that perception roll. As we're not stopping moving, but as the guards are as I notice there are 2 guards following us, I would actually probably be a little bit distracted, turning around to talk to them. I would say, "Okay, it's good that you're with us to help, but I want you to be very, very careful. This man is a very powerful enchanter. Mind tricks. Got to be careful."
Mind tricks, Kyle.
19 perception.
No. How do I do the thing?
Was that a Tenacious D reference?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Mind bullets. That's telekinesis, Kyle.
I don't know how to do the thing.
What thing?
I was going to ask you beforehand. It's too late now. I'll just make it up. It doesn't matter.
Because it's too late, baby.
No, it was a character thing. I was going to use whatever. What were we doing? Hi, I'm Mike.
Perception rolls.
Yes.
entering the stables, I believe.
All right. So perception, Ori and Joe, please.
19.
19?
And I had a 13.
13.
I was turning around talking to the guards.
13, you would notice that it's slanted and you wouldn't see Duncan anywhere. Joe, you would have just caught Duncan's foot at the bottom of the sloped thing. Duncan, you have entered.
I'm looking around. Gotta find him.
Roll perception.
Is this
23.
just so I can see the room a little better in my head? Are the doors like, this is a stable, right? Like,
the front part of it is a stable, yes.
okay, are the doors open, shut?
Yes. Partially open, not all the way.
Okay.
And where did he see the foot?
At the back end, behind the chain link, at the chain link fence where the door is, you would have seen Duncan enter, basically. He would have seen a blue foot.
Okay, we would follow him, but Duncan's doing a thing now.
Okay. What was your perception, Duncan?
23.
23. You hear low talking of some kind on a shelf above you.
I move quickly to see if I to get a vantage point so I can see up there. Whatever direction I've got to move to see what's on that shelf.
Okay, yeah, it's in front of you to the right.
I've got to see if it's Dumahs.
Okay, I would like you to roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
Shit. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, Mike. Why are we doing this?
So I'm going to use another bit of luck there.
Okay. How'd that
And I
turn out?
used 2 in a row. One more luck. Can you
I
do
don't
that?
actually know.
I don't know how many you're allowed to use. I don't
You
know.
can. There's no. I mean, they're your luck points to use. They're like bennies. You can use them whenever.
There we go. I'm going to use my last one then.
Well,
There
good
it
choice.
Totally worth it.
Yeah, it's very worth it. You know that he just tried to charm you. You feel it for a second.
Huh.
So I see him then.
Yes.
After that charm, I look up. Sphere. No, I'm using water sphere here.
Mm-hmm.
And first,
That's
I've got
Fireball. That's his version of Fireball for anybody watching.
No, it's not. This is actually a water sphere. Is a trapping entanglement spell basically.
Okay.
So a large.
That's Ice Ball. Sorry, Ice Ball.
Yeah, a large sphere of water will form around him. But first, I've got to roll wild magic.
1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Oh, man.
14, so we're fine there.
How did
he has to
perfect.
make he has to make a strength save of 15.
Nope.
He is now trapped in that sphere of water.
Does this
get out?
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Does this cause him to start to drown or
No. There's no damage taken, so it's like he's trapped, but his head is outside of it,
I see. Okay.
so he can still breathe or whatever. But what I would like to do then, I'll make sure he can't talk either because he's a magic user. Anyway, he's trapped, but I can move that sphere. So I once he's trapped. So he's trapped now. So I guess it's his turn or your turn. You tell me what I'm doing next.
Here we go. Gotta add my boy now.
And Ori, Duncan, or Ori and Joe and the guards are rolling up behind too.
His picture is on stream.
Oh.
Oh, Doom.
Oh, this is Bagby's first time seeing him.
Yeah.
It's everyone's first time seeing a picture.
Yeah, that's cool.
He, Duncan, you would know from last time you saw him that he definitely cut his beard down a lot.
We need Bagby, no! And I began to lower the severe down.
Joe and Ori, I'll say you could hear that.
I keep running forward and
Above ground pool spell from bars.
Do I see him like with his head poking out?
Yes.
Okay, I run up and I slap my hand over his mouth.
Okay.
Oh, so smart.
Yeah. I figured that's why he called for Bagby, but I can't cast silence. So
in the sphere, I assume his arms are restrained. Are his hands also restrained in the sphere?
Aye. He's restrained. He's inside there.
At this point, it doesn't hit anybody, but he shoots a large blast from his right hand into the wall, blowing up a section of the wall.
Ori, find Bagby. Hurry up.
Okay, so I try and I just kind of look around like, Bagby, where are you?
Bagby, roll perception.
So I have 45 feet of movement.
Yes.
Going down the stairs, I would be dashing this entire time. So
obviously.
Feet per 6
You're
seconds.
probably close enough you can start to hear people yelling for you, and you would know the direction.
Okay. I rolled a 19%. Well, natural 19, so a 23 perception.
Yeah, you definitely know. You hear them yelling for you. You definitely know the direction. You head down a small hallway into this place. You see guards. You run into this caged area and see everything that's happening. Crucible, now that you are out in that group, you can just hear people are talking about like somebody attack. There were 2 people that started attacking people randomly, is what the conversation was.
And I asked them, I said, do you know where that happened to be?
Right here. One of them ran in there, and then a bunch of guards ran after them.
In there?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why I have this in my head, but I like the idea that Crucible never runs. He just walks at the same pace no matter what's happening. It's like the Terminator.
Doo-doo, doo-doo. Bagby.
I see Bagby.
Okay, yes, you see Bagby, sure.
Bagby! Amulet!
I'm going to poof up into a shadow next to where he is encased in water.
You'd be able to poof onto the shells, but not next to him, because he's now down on ground level with them.
I poof onto the shelves, and then I jump down with the amulet out of my bag to throw it around his neck.
Acrobatics.
Superhero. We are heroes.
We're doing so much superhero shit.
I am.
I would move my hand too so she could put it around his neck.
2?
22.
Oh, okay. 2. 22. Yes, you're able to jump down and slam Duncan the amulet around his neck.
And I want to punch him in the face for good measure.
Roll damage.
Oh, so I just automatically hit?
Yeah, he can't move. Yeah.
Pop! 10 damage.
His nose bursts in a spew of blood. Congratulations, you punched him.
I've never met you.
Oh, God, my mouth is open. God.
Go ahead, Bagby.
I've never met you, but I hate your guts. Time to go.
I imagine I still have like a hand on the back of his neck. What happens once that amulet's on?
He lets out a loud yell in seeming pain. Go ahead and roll perception. Anybody who would like to see?
7.
9, 10.
It's all right. I
Bagby.
feel okay with the 9 after.
16.
16. The amulet is literally digging into his neck and creating a very tight fix around his neck.
I'll dispel the water sphere, and the water just falls away.
He starts
to the ground.
He starts clutching at it. It seems to burn his hands as he grabs it.
Does that hurt?
I would take a step back and make sure the guards aren't trying to do anything.
They're looking very uncomfortable with what's happening right now.
I would say to them quickly, magic amulet to contain him because he's such a powerful spellcaster.
You would think you could contain me.
See?
Does that hurt as much as ripping away people's flesh from their bodies and putting enchanting runes onto their bones? Because if it doesn't, I'm planning on punching you again until it does.
Give it time. You'll find out.
Hey, either of you guys got a set of manacles on you?
I assume that's to the guards.
Yep.
At that, Bagby. So, that is a natural 20 plus 6 to hit. I don't think I have to roll it twice. Do I have to roll it twice? I don't think I have to roll it twice. Eldritch Blast, do you have to roll separately for each blast?
Yes,
No.
you do.
You
Each
do?
Beam,
Okay.
Yeah, each beam you do.
Okay, and then 19.
So total 19 points of damage?
No, the first blast was a natural 20. The second blast was a 19. Does that pass your AC?
Just hits. Yeah.
Okay. So the first one does 14 and then 9. So you take 23 as he puts his hand up and shoots you right in the chest.
I remove his hand.
Bagby!
I'm fine.
I wouldn't remove his hand, but I would grapple his hand and smash it behind his arm. Cop takedown style.
Athletics, please.
Okay.
His athletics basically doesn't exist, but there's no reason for this.
18.
I rolled a 2, which makes it a 1.
So I would get both arms in since he rolled so shit, and I would basically crunch him so they're both pointing into his back.
Let me
Manacles,
rephrase that. Manacles
please.
now.
One of the guards takes off running.
Ugh, you don't carry him.
With my studies in the monastery and the fact that I have a +6 to my arcana rolls, would I know that that is a warlock spell?
Go ahead and roll. Let's try to get a 15.
I rolled a natural 15, so a 21.
Yes, you would know that he is a warlock.
Was there a verbal component to this now?
To Eldritch Blast, I don't believe so.
Wizard. Huh. Who's your patron? Who's giving you those powers? Because you definitely don't have them on your own.
Fuck you.
Punch.
Okay.
I can see this is going to get messy, so I'm going to bring Lawrence out.
Do you just want to roll damage because he's
Yeah,
restricted?
he's pinned,
9.
prone, and immobile. 9 damage. Okay.
Out! I point to the guards. Out! Out now!
Can somebody gag this fucker, please?
The guy steps forward. Absolutely not. This is my town. I don't care where you're from.
Does anybody try to gag him after I yell that?
I'll punch him and then I'll hold my hand over his mouth.
I bring.
Feel that.
I pull up all the water I can from where it's all spilled down and start to raise it into the air. And I try to look quite angry. I know it's hard for me to, but I do my very best. I just get out now.
And
So I'm gonna roll intimidation.
Well,
You're so cute, though.
your trusted GM rolled a 3. All right, fine, but you're explaining this before you leave. And they leave the caged area.
Just take a couple of steps towards them.
Is somebody
Try and just
bringing
look
back some
menacing.
pork and manacles?
Yes, we have asked for manacles 3 times now.
He's doing it. It was like it's been seconds.
The other guys do it.
It's been seconds. Crucible. You a guard would pass you as you're walking down. You can hear everybody yelling. You would be able to enter the cage at this point.
Carnegie Mellon.
So rounds are 6 seconds. Or is it 3 seconds? Okay.
6.
So it's a fairly low level of Lawrence, but you would be healing for a D6 every 6 seconds for potentially 10 times.
Okay. Is that included for Dumahs?
It's friendlies only.
Okay. Bagby, since you're so close, I'd like you to roll perception again, and this time you have advantage.
Ooh, good thing for that advantage, because that was a 4. And so 13 total.
It's not hard. You're right on top of him. You have tiny arms and a face. The previously broken nose, as you're staring at him, and he is angrily staring at you, unbreaks itself and becomes fine again.
Ooh. Your patron gives you some cool shit if you can heal your own nose without your hands or your mouth. Right. I feel like this interrogation is going to be very challenging because if I unclasp your mouth, you're going to use verbal components to cast your spells. Doesn't it suck having a monk who trained at a monastery that taught me all about magic? Just nod. And I'll move his head while I have my hand on his mouth.
He's not a strong man. You would definitely be able to move his head.
While that's going on, I'm reaching into my box of holding there, and I'm looking for one of those old nasty peaches that I put in there a long time ago.
Oh God. That was like a month
Bagby,
ago.
I'd also like you to roll insight.
I was going to start asking for some insight rolls for different things.
What's the old peach do, Duncan?
I have a plan to shove that in his mouth. If that.
Oh, so gross.
Hard to cast spells when you're vomiting uncontrollably.
13 insight.
Obviously, there's an anger in his face, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's something you haven't run into a lot of. There's something new about him that you haven't run into before.
Mm-hmm.
Behind his eye, the way he looks at you is not the way people look at people. He looks at you like he's like a predator hunting a deer. He's learning as he stares at you, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, you'll be okay. He can't get you, Lawrence.
Lawrence is an elk. It's okay.
How long has it been so far?
A few seconds.
You were muted.
I'm not muted, but
No, you moved your mouth and nothing came out.
Zoom. A minute maybe since the one person has left.
Okay, so do you want to roll 10 d6s, Phil, to heal me?
Duncan, you have your peaches.
I look up Bagby and I'm just like,
Crucible, are you cool with basically these guys like beating the crap out of him?
That'd be 50.
Is Crucible here?
Yeah, he is. He's
Thank
right.
you.
I don't have much of a. In fact, as I'm walking up, I say, there may be some visual components to his spells. Maybe we should bind his sight as well.
right. I'll look around for some strips of a cloth or something.
I have several bags. If you want to shove that peach in his mouth, I'll just put a bag over his head.
Yeah, Duncan, we're in a stables, so I imagine there's leather strips on saddles or something.
Let's do that then.
One of those tightly wrapped around his mouth should be perfect.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and try to and push the peach into his face though first.
Oh, God.
Try
Okay.
to shove it in his mouth. And I go grab some leather strips.
Okay.
Start,
Yes, you're able to bind his mouth.
and also his eyes. Blindfold him as well.
Okay.
Manacles. I
The
look at the other guard.
the guards show back up with a set of manacles. The one guard looks. Is this entirely necessary?
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if this is enough, if I'm being honest with you.
He kind of glances around and sees the explosion mark on the wall.
I mean, do you want to get disintegrated by his demon patron? I sure don't.
No, you're right. Fine. This is the kind that goes around feet, stretches up, goes around the waist, and then connects to hands as well.
Ooh, nice. While they're putting it on, can I look just real fast? I would just want to look at the manacles, see if they're all rusty and shitty, or if they look like they're taken care of and in good shape.
They're old, but they're at least taken care of.
Okay.
Do I not get a baby kiss?
Just gonna
Naked,
have
come here.
Mending on them, otherwise.
Do you guys
Sounds
hear
like
the
a
baby
sleeping
toy
time.
happening in the background?
Aye.
The baby.
All right, I gotta go give my kid a kiss right quick because he's obsessing about this toy in the corner.
Lincoln time.
I found a toy.
Well,
Does anyone know sleep?
no. Depending on it, only affects a certain number of hit points depending on the level. And if he's as high level as I think he is, I don't know that any of us would have a sleep spell that would.
Okay.
Anyway.
Right.
I have charm, but I doubt that would work on him either.
Bagby, now that you know that he can heal himself, as you've been paying attention, he looks as if he doesn't have a scratch on him.
Yeah. Plus, he can heal himself, gentlemen. Apparently, without saying anything or moving his hands. So there's that.
Okay.
What do
Speaking
we
of
do?
his hands.
The guard agrees with you. All right. I agree. Just get him out of our town.
With pleasure.
Jail cells are full anyway. Just had to lock up an old man who kicked the crap out of 3 people upstairs.
Shit. Ori, go get Bo.
You guys gonna be fine? Is anybody else hurt?
We'll be okay.
Joe, did you already heal yourself up?
Yes.
Okay, good. Sorry. All right.
It's okay.
Do you go to the jail?
Yeah.
Okay. They would tell you where that is. Arriving, Ori. I need to put this near. Okay. Arriving, you can hear him making quite the stir. What? They were rude. There's nothing wrong with it.
Bo, you can stop making. It's fine. You gotta calm down, or they're never gonna let you out of here.
I was talking about the guards. They were rude the whole time they brought us down here. Kevin, Neil, and Jacob, they're fine. I mean, they will be fine.
Kevin, Neil, and Jacob. Oh, you were making friends at the bar then. Okay.
You see 3 guys in the corner, all with various facial bruises. Okay,
so all right. Well, the good news is we get the guy we were after, and hope to the gods that they can keep him secured. And he was nasty sorcery on that one. Anywho, but we're taking him away now, but we got to get you out of here.
Hi.
All right. Is there? I assume there's an attending guard somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about all the disturbance from my younger cousin there. He's just kind of going through a tough time right now. You know how it is. What's his bail?
Younger. Bail for is currently set at 10.
10 gold.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I'll gladly pay it, and we'll get Odatone and out of your hair straight away.
Let him go. Hey, about time. Good seeing you, boys.
Well, yeah. Have a good one there,
Neil. Keep your arm up. Come on.
Wish this were the first time I had to do this.
So I assume I would be carrying Dumahs when we leave,
Okay.
like thrown over my shoulder. So where are we heading, guys? I say that quietly so the guards don't hear.
Bagby, what's next? What's next? We found him. We put the medallion over there. Put the amulet over his leg. Now what do we do?
We take him back. That's going to be the hard part.
So you think we could get a boat then?
I'd like to point out that I want to make very sure we're not in range of the guards when I say this.
Sure.
But I'd like to point out we're still wanting criminals in the capital. So arriving by boat might be a little tricky. I honestly think the way we came is probably our best way.
I don't know that I want to take him downstairs.
He already knows about it.
He might have friends down there.
If he's blind, gagged, and handcuffed, there's not much any spellcaster can do.
But we've already seen that he can heal himself without any of those things. I don't know what else he can do. He also seemed to be learning from me just pinning him.
I don't. What do you mean?
It's hard to explain. Like, if I were to pin, say, Duncan as a spellcaster,
Right.
he would know that I can pin him, but he would still look at me like a person. He
doesn't look at people like another person. It's like you know animals, Joe. You're an animal cat. It's like when a wolf stalks a bunny rabbit and it learns about the bunny rabbit's habits and how it is, and then it pounces. That's how he looked at me. Not like, oh, that's a really cool goblin girl who is a monk and punched the shit out of me.
Joe.
I should fear her.
Joe, since you're carrying him, I would like you to roll perception. This isn't a high perception roll. You just need to get 10.
Well, I got a dirty 20.
As soon as he became bound and you grabbed him, he's not fighting anymore. In fact, you can tell his breathing is really slow and his heart rate is really slow. He's calm as shit.
I used detect magic.
Detect magic.
Yeah.
You would sense magic from the amulet, obviously. A form of adjuration, I would say. Yeah, enchantment and adjuration would probably be the best way to describe that.
Okay.
And, but from him, nothing.
I would then use my little ability that lets me detect celestials, fiends, or undead.
Jada, what's the scouter say about his power level?
Just to make Mike do some extra work.
Okay. You obviously sense Crucible and Bagby in light tones as you previously have before. You also sense, god damn it, I went through and purged a bunch of pictures like a while ago. Forgot to add them back. Joe, I'd like you to roll charisma saving.
Ooh. Well, fortunately, that's my highest save. So, 23.
All right, you're able to keep your cool as you get a feeling, and in your mind pops a vision that you've only seen once before. Coming from him, you get an internal picture of the thing you saw in the mirror spell.
The Baphomet looking thing?
Yup. To remind you, let's go ahead and look at stream.
Bum, bum, bum.
That bitch.
So I carefully set him on the ground.
Wait, what happened?
So he's sitting.
Hold up.
So he's sitting on his butt.
What is okay. Got the picture on. Totally lost it in.
Oh my God, Bo was Baphomet the whole time.
No.
What the twist?
Unplugged. Campaign's over. We figured it out.
It's on and I can't find it to turn it off. Oh, that's not good.
All right, well, as you're doing technical stuff, I want to.
All of us, Mike. This is what happens. Happy 2020.
There it is. Oh, weird.
Hail the horned demon lord.
Okay, I got it.
I'm gonna set
put
it down.
itself near Lyra. I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm going to set him down on the ground.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to kneel behind him, and I'm going to chokehold him out until he's unconscious.
Okay.
I do not like what I just saw.
Joe.
Are you guys
Joe.
letting him just choke this dude to...
You can try to stop me, but I just rolled a nat 20 on athletics.
Joe, what are you doing?
Trust us, Joe.
I would stop once he goes unconscious.
Okay. He goes limp.
I pick him back up again. So you guys know I can sense stuff, right? If I can sense really bad things.
Yes. Like, you know that both Crucible and I are kind of dead, sort of.
What is happening to my friend?
Yeah, I just got from him the same feeling I got from that mirror where we looked at the crutches. I don't want him conscious.
So his patron is Baphomet.
I don't know. I don't like it. And the only thing stopping me from not killing him right now is I know it would be a bad idea.
Well, and we were asked to bring him back alive.
That's why it'd be a bad idea. Frankly, I'm not very happy about bringing him back to her. I don't know if that's a great idea. But I do think we need to get the hell out of this town before anything worse happens to it.
Mm-hmm.
Bo and Ori show up.
Well, let's get going.
I don't want that. I have no idea how he summons his cloud friend, and I don't want that here.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if he does summon that, it might be better if we're on land versus a boat.
If you keep him unconscious, I'm fine with taking him downstairs.
Boat? What you talking about? Boat?
We're discussing how to get him back.
Why would it help to take him into the basement of one of the buildings?
We'll talk about it on the way, Bo. as I toss him back over my shoulder.
Well, I mean, the port's all closed unless we have someone who can get it open for us again.
I think we've already decided that we're not going to go on the boat, but thanks, Ori.
I'm sorry I was here late. I just...
Ori, you know this area. What's the fastest way to get back to the dwarves?
It's
sorry, dwarves.
Back up the mountain and through the snow. Be nice if we at least had a wagon, but I don't imagine the caravan we came up with is gonna bring us back with a dude with a sack over his head, all in manacles with us.
They showed up yet today. They might still be there.
Let's go check.
I mean, you overpaid them enough, so I figure maybe they owe it to us. I don't know.
All right, let's go check. We head over there.
All right. Yeah. You see the wagon. You don't see them. It's very late at night at this point.
That's right. It was nighttime. Maybe we should get some sleep.
And what do we do about him?
Someone's gonna have to stay awake.
Yeah, we gotta do a watch.
Yep. I don't know if he can do much in this state, but I don't really want to find out. I'll do first watch.
So why is he so scary? I don't understand.
We shouldn't do single watches. I'll watch with you, Joe.
Okay. We can do 3 shifts.
He doesn't look tough. Little stick figure.
He has made a deal with a demon lord and can shoot energy that makes people dead. Also, he is, I think, apart from the whole deal with the demon, so to speak, he also has the ability to control people's minds.
Andy has an ally that we have no idea how to fight. or how he controls that ally.
What is the ally?
You don't want to find out. It's basically a big, horrible cloud of smoke that curses you if it touches you and burns you and slices you at the same time.
Okay.
It can slice you. You can't touch it.
Well, your life is confusing.
That's a lot going on, Bo. It's true.
So, you're taking turns watching him.
Ori. Hey, Ori. You know lots about, like, herbs and things, right? Is there like I don't know, like a herb or something, like a plant of some kind that we could maybe feed him that would, make him, sleep or whatnot?
I mean, I've got some stuff that'll make him more tired on me, but
get him super high.
The thing of it is, though, I mean, even if you do take it, if you don't want to go to sleep, you can kind of fight through it.
I don't necessarily mean what you normally would smoke. I'm thinking of something different than that,
Oh, well, I don't have any of that kind of thing on me.
So you don't know much
but I
about
could-
those things then?
If the local apothecary is still open, maybe they keep weird hours. I mean, if the apothecary in town is open, I could probably find something there.
I'll go with you.
Okie dokie. Bo, you go with them. If he tries to get away or anything, you hold him down, but we gotta bring him back alive.
Oh, I'll stab him in the non-essential bits.
Good man. All right.
That seems to be fine, honestly, with this guy.
That's a good point.
Okay,
So I imagine we just kind of just set up camp right by the wagon.
sure. I mean, you have lodge rooms as well, if you'd prefer.
I would personally not feel safe having him in an area with a lot of other people.
Okay. Well, you can pick up what you need from the apothecary. It will cost you 1 gold, 5 silver. And you will get a long rest. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. Potty break. Go.
Okay.
Okay.
Break.
I'm going to get some more water then.
I'll pay for this one, Ori.
Oh, I already did it. Don't worry.
Right. All right, then. Thanks for that.
No, yeah, that was that's a good idea, Duncan.
Thanks.
So
We were pretty much heroes today. That's quite nice.
I know, like, you guys all did like your teleporty stuff, and everything was like, happening like boom, 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 and we, did all our like our leaping around and stuff. I can't believe I caught that gutter right and didn't hurt myself.
It's
But
amazing.
but feel terrible for that poor soul in that room. His attic door was booby trapped, and I could sense it there. I could feel it. I was doing I was working to dispel it carefully, and something just slipped. I don't know, like.
I wish I could take that pain away from you, Ori. Sometimes when you're heroing, bad things happen.
Don't I know it?
You can't completely blame yourself. I mean, someone put that trap there, Right, you opened it, sure.
I was just so sure. I was so sure I could dispel it like the last one, we should have asked him to leave the room. I was so sure I could do it.
That's tough.
Feels like every time I feel sure, like I know what I'm doing, I always get slapped in the face with reality again.
Oop, there goes gravity.
Suppose you just got to remember that there's more work to do. So you just got to push on. Now let's go. Let's get this guy sleeping then so we don't have to worry so much about it.
Right.
Okay. I'll say that you're able to give him the concoction. He actually doesn't... He's not fighting anymore, so...
May Lady Umberly guide us in times of trouble. Forgive our failures.
And make it double.
And twist fate in our favor. Lady Umberly's name.
Pastaluya.
Ramen.
Bitch queen, she's the bitch queen.
Yeah, Laura and I have been playing Baldur's Gate 3, and so I guess so is Morgan. And Laura was like blown away because one of the patrons you can have is Umberly, and it says the bitch queen, and she's like, "That's a real thing." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I did my research on it." Like,
I knew it was a real thing. I was just excited to see it in Baldur's Gate.
yeah.
Like, I knew Umberly and the bitch queen was a patron or a god of the lore.
Yeah.
I was just excited to find it.
All right.
By the way, I wish you could pick the god you follow for all the classes, not just cleric.
I agree.
It only matters
That'd
for
be fun.
cleric, but yes.
I know. I feel like it'd be fun flavor though.
It is fun flavor. There's a lot of small things a lot of small things they need to change about that before they full release it.
Agreed.
Neverwinter, the free MMORPG that you can play on Xbox, lets you choose your god regardless of what your race is. If anyone wants to play with me, I'm just saying.
I tried to play it and I couldn't because MMO. MMOs are like, would you like to play a video game but be bored?
I thoroughly enjoy it.
You're allowed to like the things you like.
Mm-hmm. I think it's fun. I also
Okay.
like Elder Scrolls. I know no one else does. It's fine.
You all get a long rest. No issues during the evening. I'm worried about whatever that was. No issues during the evening. You wake up the next day to the people of the caravan rejoining the caravan.
Since I guess I talked to him last time, I would say, "Hello, guys. Guys heading back up to the town we came from."
Frostigdal wasn't necessarily the next stop, but we could be convinced.
10 gold total. I already overpaid you for the first trip.
Persuasion.
Okay. Ooh, 24.
All right, done and done.
Rocking those inconsequential checks. All right, I pay them.
All right, change scenery, guys. We're heading back up north.
We're taking this cargo with us too. I would recommend you don't try to talk to him or address him unless you want your face melted off.
Hi, Joe. Bo approaches you.
What's up, Bo?
He's thinking. Humans often don't survive without water and food. What's our plan there?
Well, we have several days worth of rations, and
No, I mean, and he indicates at Dumas.
I guess we should get him some water. I'm actually okay if he's hungry. Maybe get him a cracker or something.
Hey,
It's a good point. Thank you, Bo.
I just don't want your cargo to escape his jail sentence.
That's a perfectly good point. I'll go ahead and use my medical skills to install a G-tube.
Oh God.
You would not know what a G-tube is. You would not know what it is. Bagby may have heard of it.
I need a real sharp knife, and Ori's just sitting there with produced flame, just sterilizing the knife.
All right. So,
we'd feed him the water.
So you undo his mouth?
I would have a very tight hold of his neck when they do that. Yes.
Thank you.
It's temporary. Drink and eat something.
You shall not hear another qualm with me. I would like to have my mouth open, if possible.
Well, sucks to suck, don't it?
I have no idea why we would agree to that request.
I cannot give you anything but my word. I shall not...
Water, please.
Please.
I know who your patron is. Do, 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 do.
I'm sure you'd believe yourself very smart. He drinks the water, eats.
We'll give him like a loaf of, or like some bread, maybe some meat, just enough to get by.
I thank you.
You're welcome. Gagging. Kind of feel like Bagby's the one doing that, since she seems to be real gung-ho about this.
Mm-hmm.
Bagby is real motivated here.
Yep. I would look at her after we get him gagged again. I have no idea why he thinks we would do that, but
Do we need to roll perception for the extra mouth movements you were doing, or is that something we notice if we noticed?
He was chewing.
Ah. Okay.
Do you eat food like a duck?
Nah, pigs
I'm
chew.
sorry. Your chewing motions looked a little bit like chanting something.
Oh, often the chin goes up and down in both situations. I don't know if you're new to it because you eat like a duck. No, you do know what this is because you eat with your mouth open.
I cast eat bread. You really eat with your mouth open, Phil?
He does. He 100% does. Laura?
Fuck.
Family thing. My dad does it too.
Nom, nom.
It's not that bad.
Alrighty. So we're riding with the wagon again.
I just saw my notifications on my phone and it said Phil posting Chad's dick cream. Reminded.
Also, Laura, I forgot about this, but the goodest boy that I summoned is still with us. Bagby can ride Sir Wolfington if you want.
Beethoven.
Yes.
All right. It's the same trip back. You find yourself that evening at that halfway point. It's not all the way evening, but they know this is the only halfway point, so they stop. Do you feed Dumas again?
Yeah, sure. Certainly water him.
Okay.
Water.
You need to
Yeah, you
water
gotta
your
plant.
Dumahs or they won't grow up.
He can have my meat from whatever the dudes cook.
It's a proper that is a properly good broth.
I don't care about your thoughts on the meal. Chew in silence.
I'm watching him as closely as I can. Do I in any way get the impression that he knows where we're taking him and he's pretty cool with that?
Insight. I mean, he's basically masked at this point.
And I believe when I was talking about taking him back to the queen, I had already knocked him unconscious at that point.
25.
Not while he's unmasked or anything like that. He is just eating. But while he on the road, you would see him notice a few times him sort of cock his head in different directions, like he's noticing something.
Crucible. Hey, Crucible.
God, he's doing the thing again.
Sorry, I was responding to something at work.
Right.
Okay.
What do you think about all this?
Quite frankly, I think we should keep this guy rolled up in a carpet.
Fetching a rug.
I mean, do you believe what they're saying? What Joe saw about, bath mat and Dumahs? I mean, you're a cleric and all. You know a lot about, religion and things.
I'm a little concerned about the connection that he was able to make with Joe.
Right.
It's a little alarming. So not only do I think we should keep our eye on Dumahs, I think we may need to keep our eye on Joe.
That is scary.
We don't need someone like Joe under his control.
Hey.
He would be tough to stop. Let's put it that way.
Right.
That's why I have no qualms about keeping him bound in every single way that we can.
What was that, Joe?
Speaking of keeping him bound, when we come to stops at any point, I'm going to be thoroughly checking to make sure that all the various bindings we have on him are both in good shape and still secure.
Yes. They appear to be still secure.
Okay.
They're not the tightest in the world, but he's, again, a very thin man. He's not going to be able to just pull his hands out of him, but...
Hey, I'm more looking to make sure like no magic's been affecting them.
Right, you don't notice any.
And I'm not casting detect magic. I'm just looking.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, next morning, long rest. You all find yourself heading back down the road. Takes you most of the day, but you end back up in Frostigdal. I honestly didn't think I'd be back this quickly.
Bo, I can honestly say that we probably wouldn't have been successful without you. We really appreciate your help.
I really hope that all of these missions don't involve me getting arrested.
I
But
told you not to start a fight. I told you to flirt with the bartender lady. But you chose to punch a man in the face.
you said distraction. And, I'm a married man.
And I'm 9, but I still flirt with people.
That's gross.
I'm a fully grown adult in goblin years.
It's fine, Bo. You did what you could. I just feel like inflation's like really getting a little bit rough. I mean, I remember back in the day when I would bail you out, it would only cost like 3 gold.
Well, it's here, and they know me. There's a difference.
Yeah, they had a room for you. Anywho, we better get up to the tag.
What are you about to say, Duncan?
Bo, are you sticking with us then, Bo? Or are you staying there?
I already signed over my house to my daughter. I'm not gonna show back up and go, taxi backsies.
All right. Let's go then.
I should prepare you before we go.
Aye.
Bo, welcome to a very secret organization. Please don't tell anyone else about it. You will see things that you have never seen before. It might come as a shock to you how advanced goblin civilization is. Also, we have things called trains. You might get physically ill.
If you do, face towards Joe. He's used to it.
No.
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 I suggest you bind your own mouth for your own personal safety.
I don't like this.
Nice try, short stuff.
Don't
Okay.
say I didn't warn you.
In any case, Bo, we do have several days worth of hard travel up a mountain, though. So if you know of a cheap place we can get a donkey or something. I don't know what you guys use for pack animals.
Oh, it was only a couple of hours from Frostigdal to the tag.
We
Down.
had to sleep the night, and it was down.
Well, yeah, you're right. We will have to sleep tonight.
We don't use pack animals. We just tough it the fuck out.
Okay. Do you have any snowshoes or anything like that?
No, it's my first day in the mountains.
I mean, do
Fucking
you have
asshole.
some for us, Bo?
I shop soon.
Okay. All right. So we'll. I don't know about you guys, but I would want to buy some snowshoes so I can actually walk in the snow.
I'm riding the furry pony.
Yeah, you're probably fine.
Who's a good boy? Wolfer
I
is a good
assumed.
boy.
Yeah, I assumed that snowshoes were something we bought when we got.
All right,
the
you
winter
all got
clothes,
the
but-
snowshoes. Doesn't matter. Okay, we're heading up the fucking mountain.
Up the mountain.
Next morning, up the mountain, up the mountain, up the
It
mountain.
takes you. So you would have to camp that night. It would take you most of the next day to arrive. But yes, you arrive. The opening has not been cleared. If you remember that steam situation, that has not happened.
So there's a bunch of ice
There's a bunch of
and
ice.
snow.
Well,
I would yell super loud, "Hey, dwarves, let us in!" in common.
I would whatever loose is it like it's still like fresh powder, right? Or is it like kind of caked in because of the melting and refreezing process?
Caked in.
Okay.
Crucible, would you
loudly project an undercommon that we are back and need access.
Yeah, I could do that for everyone.
Bugby, is this place the train?
It will be soon.
We should all probably step back though, so we don't get blasted with steam.
Crucible?
Yeah, so I go ahead and I start shouting out and undercommon. We've returned. We would like access. If someone would be so kind to open the way for us.
You see one little gate.
Nobody sees the wizard.
No, that's exactly what I was thinking.
And then there's one above it that, and then one above that.
Yep.
And all three at the same time.
This is a very funny bit.
All right. That's how we dance the day away in the wonderful land of Oz.
Can we talk about how Glenda was a total bitch? The steam lets out and clears the way, and then the door cracks open.
So, Bo.
Now what the
train
proper
is like-
fuck?
I told you it was going to get weird.
Yeah, and then you said a bunch of words I've never heard before.
Okay, so like a train is like a carriage, except it has no animals pulling it. It just moves by magic, and it moves way faster than anything you have ever been on. And it kind of makes your stomach feel like you drank way, way, way too much.
Bagba, you also got to keep in mind I grew up with him and his da. I hear this shit and I just tone it out.
We don't have Taco Bell downstairs.
I assume we're walking
know where
in.
Norm gets it.
Yes, you walk in.
Okay.
All right, you are now in Nogak. That I can. There it is.
Nogak.
Well, Bagby, for the record, we tried.
Sometimes you just have to see it to believe it.
All right. You go all the way down. You're back on the train. We're in fast track a little bit. You're able to take the train all the way back. The debris seemingly has cleared, and you actually see signs of construction. Like you're passing scaffolding and stuff like that. Apparently, it was noticed somewhere along the way.
Oh, good. They're rebuilding.
Where the cave-in happened.
Thank the gods for that. I really didn't want to deal with another cave-in ambush. I had a bad experience before this one.
Yeah, I would prefer not to fall off the top of a train after Duncan takes control of it.
How you doing there, Bo?
I did that one time.
Yeah, like the one time you
I'm not
show
going-
someone your butt.
I'm never
Exact-
going to leave
You know,
that
it's
down
always
either.
just one time, Duncan.
It's all, I learned from my mistakes, don't I?
You do. That's why you say it's just one time.
Bugby,
Huh?
exactly how fast are we moving?
Oh, probably about, I don't know, 70, 80, 90 miles per hour.
Hi.
You know, we tried our best to explain, but really, you have to experience it before it makes any sense.
Aye.
Where do you go from there? Do you
How's
go
Dumahs doing?
eerily still?
I would.
Heart rate
would-
never gets up. Breathing never gets up. He's always very please and thank you when you undo his mask to feed him.
The guy who gave me the amulet did say it would make him more compliant, if I remember right.
That seemed like a euphemism, though, for like.
dampen his casting?
Bringing him by force. Yeah.
I don't know.
Now seems like as good as time as any. Can we? I'm gonna real quick cover up Dumahs' ears. I'm just gonna make sure he can't hear us.
I expect the amulet to do more than that did. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I did too.
So,
Are we actually going to give him over to the queen?
There's a queen, like the queen of Adine.
No.
More like the queen of the shadows of the dean.
it's like she's an arc queen, but she's not an arc. But there's a lot
You
going
talk
on,
amongst
Bo.
yourselves. I'll just pretend I know what you're talking about.
Keep an eye on Dumas.
Joe,
Sorry, Bo.
guys, before we continue the conversation, I'm just gonna try to cast a blind deafness on him.
Ooh.
Interesting. Go ahead.
Constitution saving throw of 16.
Of 16. Do you know if it passes or not?
Pathfinder, it would always specify this. I'm not sure.
It does not specify if I would know or
Yeah, it
not.
doesn't say.
So you cast it on him.
Crucible, what'd you do this there?
Well, if it worked, our friend can't hear us. But Joe, go ahead and cover his ears anyway.
Okay.
I mean, I can scream really loudly into his ear and see if he reacts. I don't mind. I will take one for the team.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't scream into the microphone, please.
No,
Do not
I
scream
will
into the
scream
microphone.
really loudly into his ear and see if he reacts. So he seems to be acting as though he is confused as to why he can't hear anything all of a sudden. This is what I'm getting from this pantomime.
Seems reasonable.
I tell
Still
you,
don't trust him. Can we pour wax in his ears?
let's. Okay, here's the.
Let's Van Gogh for it.
I'm all out of hot wax. Sorry, Crucible.
I got candles.
It just seems like a really bad. I get why we are doing it, but I
What
think
are you? What are you worried about, Joe?
I don't have a concrete worry, honestly. We know who we think is, or who or what we think is containing bath mat, but I feel like he's a part of it somehow too, and I just feel like giving him to her could lead to very bad things. But I don't have another solution, honestly. I was just looking to talk this out because.
Right. Well, I don't think any of us trust her.
Next question becomes: what are our options?
Right.
I have a feeling he has a pretty good idea of what's going on around us. I've been watching him. He's very, very attentive to his surroundings.
On one hand, we give him to her, and she does what she does, which I think is probably interrogate and then kill him. And Baphomet loses another supporter person who's trying to free him. On the other hand, she doesn't quite know what she's in for when it comes to him, and he overtakes her, and then he gains a very powerful ally.
And it doesn't stop the orc army.
Mm-hmm.
That assumes she'll keep her word anyway.
Like, I know she's into some super creepy stuff with the whole, like, zombies and things and undead stuff, and I know that that really bothers you, Joe. I totally get it. But at the same time, I kind of trust that she will hold up her end of the bargain. I don't love what she does, but greater good and all that?
I don't like her. I don't like what she's doing, and I'm relatively certain she will try and find a way to make his power her own. But we don't have anywhere to put him other than just killing him.
He's got too much information for us to kill him, though.
I would say Joe, I know you're uneasy about this. I know I am too. What if we insist on staying there to see what she does?
The only problem with that is if we wait and see what she does, there's no way we can stop her from doing what she wants to do.
Sure, we can stop her. I've wanted to stop her.
So is this Queen Lady evil?
We're not exactly sure. She definitely dabbles in necromancy. And also, like, runs an assassin's guild. So, I mean, leaning towards the whole evil side, but yeah, she was also very cordial to me.
Dumahs was very cordial to us as well.
That's true.
In my experience, the smart ones are often the nice ones.
I put her solidly in the evil camp, if I had to say. The big problem is, Bo, her husband, is in charge of an enormous orc army that if her and her husband don't get what they want, that orc army is going to invade and kill everybody, kill or enslave everybody here. I don't want that. So I guess I'm coming down to we do have to let her have him.
What is she doing with him when she's done with him?
I hope she kills him, but I don't know. She'll probably make him undead.
Oh, crap. Yeah, if she has that strong of powers in necromancy, she could control him a whole lot easier after he's dead.
Can I be honest with you guys?
Please.
I don't understand why you're so scared of this one. You caught him quick as shit. Nary one of you was even hurt.
What's scarier, Bo? A bull charging at you in the field or a rattlesnake in your boot?
The rattlesnake.
Exactly.
See.
We got lucky, Bo. Took advantage of a weakness he's got. That's about it.
And we got him alone.
Outside of a place where he was comfortable.
I don't know exactly what his relationship is with them, but there is a large group of humans that are working with minotaurs. And if we had a dozen of those guys fighting us along with him, the fight would have turned out very differently.
Sounds like you need the deep hunters.
The what?
This Waterford's like a friend. Hey, hunt down those.
There aren't many left. Like Crucible. We've met a couple, but there aren't many left.
They're from the north. North of the mountains.
Are you saying you know some of these? Oh.
Well, they come in once or twice. Don't know them. Met them.
That's certainly something to keep in mind.
They talk about chasing the fiends and the underscaries through the caves, chasing them deep.
Crucible, do you know about them?
Do I know about them?
Everyone can roll history because we apparently don't remember what I'm talking about.
I have a out of character. I have the slightest thing. I have something. I feel like you told that to one person in passing very quickly.
I remember you talking about it, but I don't remember the context. I got an 18.
I also got an 18.
Out of 12.
How many 18s?
I can't remember what my history rolls are supposed to be. There it is. Okay. 10.
Duncan?
11.
All right. The 18s, for sure. You'd remember it was kind of a passing... It was part of the conversation you had with the foreman in Nogak. He talked about that they had a conversation with the group of Warforged, referred to themselves as the Deep Hunters, so that they've met them before, that chased this sort of thing. So you have heard of this before, all of you. It was a throwaway.
Technically, only Bagby and Crucible ever heard that part of the conversation because that conversation was in Undercommon.
Huh.
Right, but Bagby was translating the entire time.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
So are we going the wrong way?
I would like to get this guy delivered. If we want to come back, that's another thing, but I would like to get this guy delivered.
I agree. And now that we know that the trains are running more smoothly and they're repairing underneath the crutches, we should be able to get places quicker.
This is smooth.
Yes.
Better than walking.
Well, last time we got stopped by a bunch of snake people that had intentionally collapsed the tunnel and tried to ambush us.
All right. Sorry I asked.
I mean, they're very punchable. They're frankly one of my lesser worries right now.
So where are you all heading? Bagby, where did you set the train to go? Did you set it for the steps? Did you set it for the capital? Did you set it for Krasden?
I would have set it to where we left from when we left the orc lady.
So that was
That was the
Krasden.
crutches. That was the pit.
Those crutches.
Crutches, yes. And you would have to head up through the crutches.
Mm-hmm. So that's where I said that for. Ooh. About midway through our journey, I'm going to say, hey guys, remember the fact that that weird mirror thing that we saw was in the crutches, and Joe definitely saw the same thing when he looked at Dumahs, and now we're going right back there. Do you think that that's maybe where he wants to go, and we just fell into his evil plan because he / this fourth wall person is smarter than all of us?
What?
I think he walked into a trap. I think he wanted to go to the crutches all along because that's where we had that mirror vision was in the crutches. And I definitely set this train to go to the crutches because that's where we got on the train.
Can we stop it?
No, not while it's moving.
There's an emergency brake if you want to get out.
I remember that button.
There is an emergency brake, but regardless of where we are right now, we're gonna have to walk through the crutches to get anywhere else.
We never
All right.
figured out how to go backwards, did we?
Okay, well, we make sure he's unconscious when we take him to the Queen then.
Okay.
You got any more of those herbs? Ori?
Did I use the entire dosage that I bought, or was this something that was the?
I got some herbs. It's okay.
I'll say no. You didn't use the entire dosage.
Okay, give him the rest.
A drop.
All right. He seems to go to sleep.
I don't like this, but I suppose in situations this bad, with no other options, you fight the greatest evil with another different, smaller evil.
Okay. You arrive at the crutches. Maybe 9 hours. You are met by Krasden guard. They immediately recognize you.
Right.
You
All right,
are
Duncan, we'll be relying on you to guide us back.
you are allowed through the camp. There's a shite load of the short runs.
I will ask one of the prosecuting guards. Is Coinda still here?
Aye.
As we
so.
make our way through camp, can you try and retrieve him before we leave camp for me?
Okay. Let me find Coinda. There he is. Nope. There he is.
It's a whole different world down here, Bull.
I am learning that. Coinda comes running up. Oh, Master Bagby.
Summer brother Coinda.
How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty sure we just walked into a trap with this one, and I point to the unconscious body that someone is carrying.
I got him.
Whose
Yep.
trap? Yours or his?
His, I think.
He doesn't
Be
look.
careful here in the crutches. There's not so great things that may come through here.
Been quiet here recently, but sure.
With him back, it may not be quiet for long.
Alright,
Be on your
fair.
guard.
Well, slit his throat. Be done with it.
We need him for information.
Can I walk
And
with
then,
you?
yes, probably.
Can I walk with you to the stars?
Oh,
What was
boy, Bo, Coinda, Bo.
I assume all that was in goblin or undercommon though.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's probably actually in Goblin.
Ah.
Kinda. Help me.
They use that a lot. It's a term of endearment. Don't worry. I just lie to them and pat 'em on the
Sounded
shoulder.
racist as shit.
It is, but you kind of get used to it.
Grandma is coming back, if she's not back already.
I heard. I received the letter.
Good, good. And then she's apparently making it official.
I heard. I received the letter. That one was
What
for
to
that.
do?
You're fucked. Sorry, Summer sister. But you don't want that job. You're fucked. So,
Yeah.
what do I report back about all this? Because they're going to ask.
You mean Grandma's people or the
No,
Axum's people?
the fact that you have two helmets, one slung over your shoulder and another one we don't know, wandering through. Just crutches.
The one you don't know is family of one of the rights members. We are
I'm gonna guess the long-haired armored one.
no, the half elf.
Oh, I don't understand their species at all. Jesus.
The mating and the way that the things in the genetics square works does not make sense.
Ugh.
You know when we studied genetics in school? And we put
Pundit squares, I remember.
yeah, no, I was never
Puget
so good at
squares?
science, but
Puget
it doesn't
squares?
make sense upstairs.
Might be Puget
Anyway.
squares.
We are escorting him as family. The other, you can tell them, is a servant of Baphomet. And we are taking care of him as such.
Well, now I want to slit his throat.
We'll take care of it.
Stay safe, Summer sister.
You too, Summer brother.
Porkums is pissed nobody's home, by the way.
Well, he should come out here and cook for you all.
You know how
Do
he
his
is
part
about
on
to
the
leave.
front lines.
You know how he is about leaving the village.
Mm.
All right. Good luck.
I love you.
Yeah. Get out. All right. You head back upstairs. The way you came down last time.
Mhm.
It's a long walk back up, if you remember. You have to stop a few times because Bo's knee is really not handling the literal half a mile set of stairs very well.
Bo, have you ever tried Ori's herbs? I hear they're very good for pain, especially joint pain.
I saw what they did to his da. I'm not that interested.
Okay, but his Da also split his personality into 3 people, so it obviously would affect him differently. That's just science.
That's science? I'll be fine. Go.
It's
Ori,
fine,
do you have
Bo.
it in a-
You don't want any part of this.
Ori, don't you have it in like a salve?
It's not addictive. It's not. It doesn't give a hangover. It's literally the cheapest drug available.
But
You
the
know-
salve, though. Don't you have it in the salve?
You don't want no part of it.
You know, Ori, I think I'd like me some of that marijuana.
I would
Give him some.
I would have my dog go over and kind of help him out. He can use him as a sort of crutch as he's going up.
Fair enough.
'Cause he's a pretty big dog. Sorry,
Okay.
Bagby, you're not riding him anymore.
All right, you find yourself back in the sewers near the lower part of the Assassin's Guild. You're immediately met with assassins.
What a surprise.
We back.
They send someone ahead and have you stay there. After a few minutes, you were told to come with. You walk back through those cells. Joe, you're not having a good time. Crucible and Bagby, please roll for your feet.
Ugh. DC 13 wisdom save. That's right. Woo! I rolled a natural 17. So dirty 20. 21.
And you get 3 for being by me.
24.
Neither you needed it.
Yeah. You sense the undead. They're still strong. They are still there. There doesn't seem to be any more in number in the cells. Walking through. You were met at that landing at the bottom of the stairs of the pit. If you remember that there's a set of stairs next to the that rides the side of the pit at the bottom, right? By Ramita. She comes galloping down the stairs, basically. Bagby. Baby. You've done good. So, how was it? Who's your new friend? Handsome devil.
Oh, no, I've been her friend a long time. Oh, sorry.
Bo chuckles at it. Chuckles at it.
This is my cousin Bo.
Always pleasure to meet family. She holds her hand out, shakes his hand real quick. So, I can tell you found our friend. Is he dead?
No, we just have been kind of keeping him unconscious.
We gave him a sedative.
That is an excellent idea.
What was that amulet supposed to do? Because I don't know that it did much of anything other than like burn into his chest and cause him a little bit of pain.
Well, that's what it does. It's an amulet of ward undead. Keeps undead off you. But when the undead's inside of you, doesn't work so well. And she pokes his head. Does it?
I look at Crucible.
I did not expect the burn marks around the outside. That must have been the amulet trying to ward himself off from himself, I guess. My bad.
He was still able to attack us with the amulet on.
Oh, it doesn't stop his abilities. It just stops that thing from running amok.
You mean the smoke monster?
I mean the spirit of death that lives within him. Let's not be disrespectful, Bagby. This is a professor of science, after all. Might as well treat him well. There's no time like the present. Joseph, can I call you Joe?
No.
Joseph, then. Would you mind carrying him back into that back room there? Just following me.
I follow her.
Bagby, she leads you back into that room that you've previously been, but nobody else has.
Mm-hmm.
It is a large room with a circular roof. In the middle, what looks like can only be described as a cage with no sides. They're large, tooth-like pillars, angled and sharp at the top, coming out of four corners of an elevated stage or area in the middle of the room. Just go ahead and put him down in the middle. He's about to have a bad day.
I walk over to the table and then I don't do anything until she's looking at me. And when she does, I lock eyes with her. I say, "We upheld our side of the bargain. Find your answers. Take your army. Go home." I set the body down and I walk out.
Well, I guess not everyone was trained in courtesy as well as you are, Bagby. I'll do my best.
He's not so keen on the guests you have in your cells down there.
Yeah, well, everything costs something. Everyone might want to take a step or two back. Metal Man, you might want to take an extra couple.
I do so.
We're dealing with things, and I'll be honest here, that I'm experimenting with at best. She walks around starting to mutter some language, right? Doing some sort of incantation. She walks around, touches all of the pillars, says a few words. After that, it starts to glow. A bluish, pale moonlight hue. After she gets 2 consecutive pillars to glow, they start to arc energy between them, looking like little lightning bolts. Bagby would recognize it as electricity, but maybe nobody else would. The arcs go from the base of this pedestal all the way to the ceiling. At this point, you can see Dumahs starting to twitch. Whatever alchemical influence he was under before, he is waking up from. No. Who is doing this? You don't know what you do. He starts to scream in pain. Oh, does that hurt? Murderer. The arcs from the exterior, after she gets all of the pillars turned on, start to arc in and hit him. You can see the arcs cut through his flesh like butter. But the flesh regrows very quickly. He's clearly feeling all of this pain, but it's not gonna kill him. Roll perception.
I leave. I walk out to join Joe wherever he went.
And I would like to be doing a thing, but it's going to be kind of a long thing.
Okay. I'll ask you what it is after I get from these people.
Yep.
All right. That's a 1. And Bagby?
22.
Ori?
15.
15? Bagby, you can see as the arcs cut through his flesh and reveal bone underneath, he has runes written into his bones as well. Like Blackborn did?
Mm-hmm.
They do not appear the same as Blackborn, but he has them as well. You never get, because of his healing, you never get a good enough look at what they say. Joe, what were you planning on doing?
I would walk out in the hall.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, Norm, I need to talk to you.
This is interesting. Nothing happens immediately. Do you say anything else?
Damn it, Norm, put down the Taco Bell. This is important.
What the fuck? Why is it? Hold on a second.
Taco Bell's important too, man.
Hello,
Yeah, I'd like another number 5, please. And
hey, man. Listen, I was eating. What do you want? Oh, shit. What's happening in that room?
Real quick, Mike, the what's the elf king's name? It's Teanal, right?
Teanal.
Okay. And I guess Duncan probably walks out during this.
Sure. You would see Norm and Joe.
Norm, I need you to take me to talk to Teanal.
Oh, we're like on weird terms right now. You sure that that's a thing you need?
Yes.
Hello there, Norm.
Hey, Duncan.
What are you doing here?
Oh, you know, I guess I'm taking Joe somewhere. They disappear. Joe,
Wait, could I?
you appear you appear at his tower. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do after. Oh shit, I didn't take him with me.
You can go grab him if you want. That's fine.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be
there.
right back, Duncan. You're confused. He appears behind you, and then you appear in the tower.
Gotta make a con save.
Yeah. Joe, you probably also need to make a con save.
he needs to make a con save to see if he closes his mouth in time before Duncan projectile vomits into
That's a
his mouth.
deck save, sir.
You get a +3, Duncan. If you
All right,
didn't do that.
then 15.
Well, you got 17.
Okay, neither one of you puke, but you don't feel good.
It's always a little jarring.
So what's up?
I need to talk to Teanal.
Okay. I'll go through my trash can.
Right.
Okay. Anyone else that would be total gibberish, but with Norm, yeah, that's probably a magic portal somewhere.
No, it is.
You don't
Remember?
remember
His trash
taking the
can
trash
is the
chute
magic
before?
portal.
I don't think I was here for that episode actually.
He made his trash can into a portal so that he could throw his trash into Norman's version of reality.
Yeah.
Oh god. I think I wasn't here for that. So, all right, I would follow. Or I would go in. I mean,
Remember,
Right.
turn left.
I remember. I just didn't want to see. Just didn't want to see the man get ripped up by the light things. And what
is
the
that what they
hell?
were doing?
What am I doing here? Fine, come with me.
Is that what they were doing?
There was light streaks of light shooting out of the pillars, and I think she was torturing him. So where are we going?
We're going to see the king. I don't know how to get there, Duncan. Can you tell me the way, please?
Let's go. I jump through into the trash can.
Okay. You guys do that. Cutting back to regular reality, I hope. Laura returns.
Why?
I mean,
Bagby! Yeah, Ori.
just Ori would be kind of like staring completely frozen in like his expression would be just blank, absolutely just kind of his body shutting down from the level of horror, and he would just kind of snap out of it briefly and just be like, ma'am, would this be an inappropriate or rude time to ask questions?
Of me or him? Because I don't think he can hear you right now.
Oh, of you.
Oh, no, please go ahead. Spell's over.
Is that spirit inside of him by choice?
I don't know for sure. But often his ilk, the warlock types, make these decisions. They get to choose. At this point, you can see Dumahs starting to just... he stops yelling, and he just starts to lay back down, slightly seizing. Inside of the square gets hard to see through. That only matters to you because it's hard to see the arcing on the other side. Y'all ready?
What exactly is this doing?
You want to talk to a god, Bagby?
Are you removing the spirit from him?
Quite frankly, that's impossible. He's made too much of a commitment to it. But I can force that fucker out.
Bagby, or
In front of you.
is this worth it? Is this this isn't the kind of god I would want to be talking to. I know you've done it once.
I have no desire to talk to this god again. If that is truly what is going to be forced out. My concern here, ma'am, is that it is not in fact death, but something we have been trying to contain for a long time. Have you thought of the repercussions of what happens when you release it?
I have thought long and hard about this moment, Bagby. And these repercussions are relevant. I will have my answers. I will know about my baby. Before you, in the clouded shadow that is appearing inside of the arcing, you see the beginning of a skull, the outline of a skull, a lightning appearing with excessively jagged teeth. Thank you very much for watching.
Oh, I had one more question. I'm going to save it for next week because I have a good...
Do you want to do it real quick? Does it make more sense to do it now?
I mean, it's to her.
Okay,
so
go ahead. Do it now.
You say this is for your baby. Would he be proud of his mama right now? Is this what your baby would want to see?
It don't matter, Bagby. We gotta make tough decisions for our children.
And scene.
And scene.
Bagby's gonna turn around and start walking out.
Thank you very much for watching. This is great. I had a good time. Tomorrow, Deadlands.
Let's not jinx it. Okay.
Okay. There's
not
something
even talk about it.
tomorrow.
There will be a show tomorrow.
There is something on this channel tomorrow. Sunday there is a distant star. Tuesday we're doing I think research in Dirk Development. I think that's a good enough name. We should just do the long version.
Research and Dirk Development.
Research and Dirk Development. It's so good. And then we'll be back next week, Wednesday, for more Krasden. Thank you very much for watching. Have an excellent evening. Love you all.
Come join us on the Discords.
Join us on Discord. Somebody post Discord real quick.
Oh, I posted the link earlier, but I can post it again.
Yeah, go ahead and post it.
Unless someone... I lost it because I refreshed the page. Anybody want to copy pasta it?
Okay, sounds good. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Internet.